Hello everyone! Today we are going to be drawing some ducks, and I love ducks so much at the moment. I could not tell you why. I have very recently developed this slight obsession with them. It's strange, but you know what? It's fine because they're cute, and nobody hates ducks. If you hate ducks, go away. You're not welcome here. No duck haters of it. Okay, we love ducks. So the plan for today is some of you, I'm going to move my chat, sorry, give me a minute. Where can we put this? Some of you may remember that a very long time ago, I was like, oh, I'm going to start a sticker business, and then I didn't. And then I think I said it again, I was like, oh, I'm going to do it, and then I didn't. But this time it'll happen. This time I will do it properly. So we're going to be doing duck stickers, and that is the plan for today. And I've already started some of it. This is my first duck. The theme of this sticker sheet is ducks in summer ducks on a summer holiday. This is a very silly duck that doesn't know how to swim, so it needs a rubber ring. My next duck is going to be a duck sat on what are they called? Sun lounger? Yeah, I think they're sun loungers. No, this is a deck chair, isn't it? Okay, now I'm not sure, but it's on one of those. It's going to have sunglasses on. It'll be quite silly. And we'll probably come up with some more ideas. I don't know. It takes me a long time to draw one of the ducks because you have to make them look very neat because these are for commercial use. Therefore, they actually need to look good. Otherwise, no one's going to buy them. So lots of perfectionist stuff has to happen. And I'm probably going to correct this a bit at some point. But hello to everyone in the chat. I will say hello to you individually. Hello, Anasto Levang, and Techmaniac, and Sailor Slayer, Senora Reba Fajita, Nines, and Fox Wizard of Prime, and Casey Batman 1985. Thank you so much everyone for coming today. I'm sorry that yesterday's stream is now tomorrow, but I hope you can all some of you can show up still. I will be showing you my lovely unicorn that I finished off stream. I just added the mane and the tail, and it was really difficult, so I'm actually really glad I did that off stream because I really struggled and I think I would have gone insane. Quack, the name's Quark. Quark? Okay. Is this Quark? I don't know. You can name my ducks if that makes you happy. This is the duck that can't swim right now. Has no proper name. Like there's like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Is that a song? I have not heard that song before. Oh, also, I have music and I put it in the description, so I better actually use it. I mean, it's from Stream Cafe and it's just called Cute and Relaxing Music 1 Hour. And I really hope it is in my description, otherwise I've lied to you. I'm pretty sure I definitely saved it. Okay. It's all good. Everything's fine. So if you can't hear that, can you? Let me turn that down a little bit. Make sure it's in alright-ish volume. Should be okay. It's the DuckTales, it's the intro song. Okay, well I haven't seen DuckTales. I might like ducks. It doesn't mean I've seen that specific show about ducks. It's very different. They have different qualities. These are very, very nice ducks. And I think I know that show's quite good. I'd probably watch it one day, but I haven't seen it yet. Where is this? It's just a layer that has nothing on it. Okay, and this is my chat. That's fine. It's in the description, just fine. It'll just good too. Okay, fantastic. That's good to know. Somebody has messaged me. What has happened? Okay, that's fine. Right. So I'm going to get up some reference images so that we can draw the duck that sat in the deck chair. It took me hours to draw this deck chair. It was driving me insane. Oh my god. I obviously I don't want to trace anything because that would not be my artwork. So it takes a very long time because I want it to look accurate, and I'm not the best artist, so I'm learning. But I've learned an awful lot about drawing ducks recently. They're not too difficult to draw, really. Well, they have an interesting anatomy. Okay, so I guess ducks sleeping? I would think that the duck in the deck chair is having a really relaxing time, so it probably has fallen asleep. So I could just use the first image on Google. I could get some, I'm going to paste some of these onto my page so that I have some references. Otherwise, it'll be too difficult. I don't have enough screens, so I'll just pop these around for now. Reference image win. Yeah, reference images are very important. It's a very good cartoon. Can recommend both the old one and the new one. Okay, I haven't seen either of them, so I genuinely didn't know. I'm gonna get this one as well. I might flip this image because it's facing the wrong way, because obviously this deck chair is pointing over here, this duck is facing the other directions. I'm going to shrink it first. It's way too big. Still too big. They're very cute, these ducks. I do like it. And then I'm going to edit, transform. I know you can't see this. Flip horizontal. Fantastic. There we go. Our duck is now facing the same direction as the chair. I will rotate this as well because it'll help me. It needs to be facing. If it was sat on the chair, it'd be like this, wouldn't it? Yeah. Fantastic. Okay. This is actually a really good reference image. I might use this one. Because I'm so bad at drawing that even if I do try to copy it one for one, it won't really look like the reference, and no one would ever know. So I try my best. Be right back. That's okay. Don't worry about it. How's everyone been recently? I'm finding some adorable pictures of ducks on Google Images. This is, oh my goodness, my poor heart can't mistake the cuteness here. The sleepy duck is your spirit animal right now? Aw, that's so cute. I love it. The ducks are so cute, aren't they? I'm trying to find some facing the right directions. I might go with the one I've already got, to be honest, because it's a good enough reference, really. I'm not super happy about the angle. I need kind of something in the middle of the two, but the more I scroll, the further away it's getting. Oh my god, this duck is so cute. What the hell? I'm gonna show you this duck. Look at this duck. Look at it. It's got the sleeve on the floor. Oh my goodness. It's not a useful duck, but it's so cute. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're very tired, had a bad day yesterday, but now doing better? You're very happy to finally have weekend. Aww. Well, I'm really happy to hear that you're happy now that it's the weekend. I'm so sorry to hear that you had a bad day yesterday, though. You look so tired. They do, don't they? They are so cute. Oh, there's another way that ducks sleep. Sometimes they'll do this. So they'll have the heads tucked backwards and like... They're so cute. Oh my god. Obviously this image is like, we don't want you to use this, but I'm not using it for any, it's literally just my reference image, so I hope they don't mind me just putting that on screen briefly while they use it as possibly a reference. Flip horizontal. That's fantastic. Okay. Are you back? How are you doing? Well, we got a couple more images for our duck references. That's about it. Falling asleep on the floor. we do like sleeping ducks. I do have a sleeping emoji, it's true. Hi pretty lady, how are you doing today? I'm doing quite well, thank you, Thomas Norman. My name is Vieus, if you didn't know. I mean, it's in my channel name. I forgot the word there, but Vieus, more like Vieus. Oh yes, such a good joke. Hello, blind man. 8:30. Are you having a good day today? I love the ... It's like, it makes you sound so unsure of what you were saying. You're like, I need to think of a joke. That's cute. You ever see the people who have comfort ducks? I think I may have seen that. I've seen people keep them as pets, and it is the most adorable pet. How did the ducky wucky feel about it? What, sleeping? I think they look very happy, don't they? Okay, I'm going to get a black pencil. No, it's already black. It won't show on top of the deck chair. Make sure this is... I believe I had been sketching at size 11, but it's kind of hard to tell. I've also turned off tapering on my pen because I don't think it helps me. Actually, Starry's partner, Starry 30 here. Oh my god, hello! Hope you're having a nice day today then. I really appreciate anyone sharing me with their friends, and obviously more than friends. It's really kind of anyone today. Thank you so much for popping by. Let's have a look. How am I even going to approach this? I'm kind of tempted to tilt this duck backwards using the transform tool, just because it will make the perspective make more sense. Okay, now I'm just shrinking the duck. That is not what I wanted. How do I make this look like it's further away? Maybe if I... Is there a perspective? Ah, what does this do? No. Like this? Ah, there we go. Now it's more like... Okay, that's far too much. But now it's more like right at the bottom of the duck. So it's a bit more up-facing. And I think that makes more sense for the angle we're looking at. So something between these two. You should draw a very wide and stretched duck and call it a dock. Is that what happens to a U when you stretch it wide? I don't know, it's actually something about vowels. I know there's such thing as a wide vowel, right? Ooh and oh. No, that's both. Wouldn't a wide duck be a deek? Because it's like, that's a wider mouth movement. A deek. I don't know. Let's shrink this pen. Wait, it's the wrong one. I need pencil. Yes, that will show up nicely. Okay. Let's attempt to draw a duck on here that's asleep, and then I'll put some glasses on it. 10 out of 10 doctors recommend Vieus. Do they, Maniac? What health condition is that helping with? I question the qualifications of your doctor, to be honest, but thank you. The duck song video by Forest Park. Of course I know the duck song. It's the whole when the duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man running the sand, "Hey, bum bum bum. You got any grapes?" I know that song. That was absolutely viral at my primary school. Everyone was singing that song for years, and then they kept making more sequels because it was so popular. Oh my god. So this is our little ducky sat in the chair. I'm not sure how to make it look like it's sat back in the chair because I think it's a little bit too far forward there. I might just move this back a bit. Maybe more like this would be a duck sat in a chair. I want it to be fairly decently sized, but then it does need space. Okay, I can do this. Maybe I've drawn this wrong. It needs to be more like this because if it's actually sat in the chair, this would be moving backwards, right? I think I used a poor reference image. My reference image was this, by the way. So obviously there's no one sat in this chair. I didn't consider that when I thought of it. Never mind. A very thin and compressed duck is an uck. Oh no, don't compress your ducks. That would not be healthy. No, no, no. Today is nice after the roller coaster that Thursday was. A few things didn't go as planned, basically, especially after you retired that day. Well, I'm glad today is better, Fox. That's good to hear. Why didn't the duck just go for some grapes with the lemonade? Go somewhere else with the grapes. The lemonade man didn't have any grapes. I don't know, okay? I'm not the person who made the video. It was a very stupid video song. And I also complained about that when I was younger, but no one ever had an answer, of course, because that's the entire premise of the video. It's not a funny joke. I don't know if it's supposed to be. I didn't understand it when I was a child. I don't know, I think I've made this duck too small. I'm gonna expand my duck. Duck expansion is happening. There we go. That's a nice big duck for the chair. Maybe you should add some duck related theming. Imagine possibility. What duck meat? I could add ducks on my dress. I do own a duck dress. I mean, it's not. I don't have a virtual version of it, but I do have one, and it is basically this dress of ducks in it because I like these dresses. So I should do it. I'll make a duck dress. It matches my hair actually. That'll be cute. What health conditions does that help with? Bad mood and low potassium. Maybe it's a health recommendation. They just like the streams as well. Well, mental health. Maybe that's what I help with, Tech Maniac. I'm cheer you up. Oh my goodness. Chair not built for duck bodies. No, none of this is meant to be built for duck bodies. That's kind of the humour of this sticker sheet. My idea is, you know, things like how this duck can't swim. This was clearly meant for a human, but this duck is using it because it can't get around on its own. So it's like these ducks have invaded a summer holiday resort or something. I think it's a really silly idea, but I love it. Or maybe the humans are all turned into ducks. That's scary, but it could be possible. So it looks like when ducks are asleep, their heads roll backwards a bit into their bodies like this, and then they just go sleepy time. It's so cute. Oh my god. Right, I think this pen is a little bit too opaque right now. I don't know if I can. Oh, there's brush density. I could do that. No. This rubber is way too big as well. Make it fantastic. Ducks just want to chill out and not have to swim. Yeah, the ducks are just having a relaxing day. They've got all the food they could wish for. They're just very happy. And he waddled away, yes. Hopefully soon you can start streaming again when your PNG model is done. You love the indie streaming community? Do you? That's wonderful to hear. Thank you so much for popping by to see me as someone in that community, I suppose. I don't know if I'm in the community when I don't really talk to people who are also in the community. Okay, maybe I'm not in the community, I'm just kind of there. But I do observe what other people do online, and it is very cool to see. So I hope you enjoy it too. I think I do generally prefer making videos but it's been over a month since I made one, let's be real. I mean, there are 2 in progress. They've just taken a very long time to make, and I seriously need to get on with one of them. It was delayed, and it could have come out today, except I went to sleep very early last night, and then I slept through most of the day. I don't know why I've been so tired. It's so strange to me. I don't know. You don't really have to talk to people to be in it? Really? Existence is qualification for community? But isn't community all about communication? Is that not where the word comes from? I would have thought so. I don't know. I'm not really somebody who is in many communities, so maybe that's my problem. I just don't have experience of knowing what it's supposed to be like. I don't know. Categories? I'm not sure what those are. Water curvy, I'm sorry. It's like how iron deficiency and too much iron in the body have the same symptoms. I think I missed something there. Okay. 11 out of 10 for all ducks back. It's a 7. It's the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog reference. Is it? Oh, okay, I haven't played that. But yes, all ducks deserve a rating of 11 out of 10 for cuteness. I will say that's true. Sleep is good. Imagine all the duck-related dreams. Oh my god. I don't think any of my dreams actually had ducks in them, but I wish they did now. Oh, it's making me upset that it wasn't duck-themed. Oh my goodness. This music is so relaxing. I do like what I chose. I mean, I picked it last minute when when I'd already started my stream. I was like, okay, I forgot to put music in and it's going to be very silent. I never used to use music at all actually, but I have changed my mind on the matter. I used to be like, I don't need music, but I've learned it's better for my sanity. Does Vieus stream? Yes, Vieus does dream. Last night, I think my dream was that I got accepted into a VTuber agency. It was a weird dream. And it was like, it was half IRL, half VTubers. Well, I don't know, and there were problems with trying to hide my identity. It was a strange dream. I don't even know if that's what I want, but that's what I was dreaming about. Oh my goodness. Videos are nice, but all the editing seems just easy to make. Exactly, that's the trap I've fallen into, Cat Maniac. And that's why I was like, no, we must reduce the number of streams, in theory, to force me to work on my videos, because otherwise I won't make any money. So hopefully it works, but it's not working great at the moment. But I've been rethinking and reworking my ability to combat procrastination, so I think we're getting there. It's very difficult to draw duck beaks. I just want you to know. It's all definitely a process. But I'm trying my best. And eventually this will look correct. There's a stream of turquoise haired sheep. Referencing to Andrew's stream of electric sheep. Wait, that's from something else. I thought that was from My Little Pony. What? There's a My Little Pony episode titled something like that. Okay, you have taught me something today, thank you. You must have really liked ducks. I do like ducks, Lunk from California. They're fantastic things. The creators of Untitled Vieus game need to create a sequel titled Duck Game, where you help people in the French village instead of annoying people in the English village. That would be so cute. I'd play that game. I zoomed in too far. What am I doing? I can't see my reference. Isn't it? That would be the cutest game ever. Oh my god, I'd love that. Wouldn't that be amazing? I think so. Okay. Let's keep refining this duck body, and it will be very cute in a moment. I need to try and make it somewhat accurate to what it looks like. It's just a ball. That's the thing. When they lay down, they just become a giant ball of fluff. Look at it. It's so cute. Do Andrew's Dream Electric Sheep is an old dystopian book and it's referenced often? Ah, I see. That's probably what it is then. Blue-haired virtual girl who loves ducks. Familiar. Yeah, someone else said that in my Discord server earlier. I think you're probably referencing the same person. And I think it may have been Starry Nights. Does that make sense? Hello, Chrysalis. These are during ducks. I love ducks. Very cute. This is the duck I drew earlier, and this is the duck I drew quickly for the thumbnail. It's not the best duck I've ever drawn, but it does look like a duck, and I'll take it. With YouTube, why are you getting notifications loads when the stream is already 20 to 30 minutes going? I don't know. I'm not sure why YouTube's doing that to you, Lifer. I'm really sorry to hear that. Obviously, I want you to be here all the stream if you can. But it's disappointing as both in that regard. That's a shame. Oh, the Cataracts of the Ducks at Free Mario. I don't think I've seen them, actually. No, I don't think I have. I'm sorry. Right. Is my head too small? There's something wrong with this duck head, and I'm not sure what it is. It just doesn't look anywhere near wide enough. I don't know. Maybe it's not tall enough? I mean, ducks do have big heads, I think. And it doesn't really matter if my head's a little bit bigger than the body, as long as it's consistent throughout the drawings. Because it is, and it's a cartoon style, and cartoons do like to exaggerate proportions, so it makes sense. That's what I'll tell myself. I think this beak is facing the wrong way. I'm gonna rotate it. That section tool is too large. Still too large. That's, oh, whoops. That's better. Okay. Duck sleepy. Duck is very sleepy, Lifer indeed. Don't get down yourself, Lifer. Vieus is like 10 to 20 minutes late nowadays. I know. You know what's annoying? I was ready. I thought I'd started my stream, and I went to the toilet, and then I came back, and I was like, oh, I did not start my stream. So then I had to start it, and I was just sat here waiting for the 5 minutes while I had a sip of my drink. But yeah, usually I am a bit late, but this time I wasn't, so I'm a bit as late at least. So I was a bit sad about that. It's fine. Okay, I've rotated my duck beak, so that should look a bit better. Although some of the angle is still wrong, so we can continue to adjust things until they look correct. That's the magic of drawing. Oh my goodness. You were thrown at them in Galaxy. Was I? I don't remember that, Walter Kirby. I'm so sorry. I really can't remember any ducks in a Mario game. That's interesting. You've seen many ducks near the Boston ponds. Only part of Boston you like? I've been to Boston, at least in the UK. Can't remember what the ponds looked like though, unfortunately. I'm sure the ducks are the same in most places though. Obviously there are different species of ducks, but they do get around. They can fly. It works. At least the late start happened as soon as you came back from showering, so you're happy. YouTube notifications don't work properly though. Yeah, they don't, do they? I think that might be why people do scheduled streams. So you, on actual YouTube, you can make it so that it's set to start at a certain time. You do actually have to click start. It doesn't start automatically because you might not be ready. But maybe I should try to do that and then just try not to be late. If anything, that would force me to be on time. That might work. Because then you guys would know exactly when to be there, and you could sit there and wait in the waiting room, and you would be there when it starts. You wouldn't miss it. So maybe I should do that. The good parts of Boston and the parts about Boston. What are you doing like Boston? I don't really remember Boston that well, honestly. I've only been a few times, I think. If that. Maybe what? Maybe I've only been once. I don't know. Not much. You've finally started writing a novel you've been putting together in your head for years. What's your novel about? What kind of genre is it? That's exciting. I could never write a novel. I am not good at writing stories at all. It's a problem of mine. It's the one thing I struggled the most with in school, I'd say. I was good at most subjects, but not creative writing. That was my main pain point. Do you like geese and swans as well? I'm not as big a fan of geese and swans. I do like looking at them, but I think ducks are cuter. And also swans and geese are a bit more scary. That they like to come after you and they're less friendly. Ducks are just happy little things that want food. And then they start to follow you down a river sometimes when you're staring at them. And I can tell that they think you're going to give them food. And then I don't. And then I feel bad. Because I don't have any food for the ducks. That's my fault though, isn't it? I need to bring food for the ducks, clearly. Why am I trying so hard for this beak? I don't know, it just doesn't look right to me. Maybe if I... How did I do the other beak? So I did a line, but that was more of a shading thing. Okay. Right, I need an eye. Also, this is too upright. That is not a duck shape. Ducks are more like this. perhaps. I may have made it a bit too tall as well. That's better. And then this comes round. And then we have a little eye. Sleeping duck. It's cute. Sacrifice your fingers to the ducks? No! No! Don't do that. The word Boston carries a different meaning to you, though you're guessing it's also a town in the UK. Yeah, Boston is a... I'm not sure if it's a city or a town, but it's in Lincolnshire, which is like Middle East. It's just in the middle of England, but on the East Coast. If that makes sense. I don't know. If you pick up on it. You hate geese. The Canadian geese that fly to the States every year, I mean, are they? I don't really go near them, honestly. Geese are large, murderous ducks. Swans are mean girl ducks. Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of why I stay away from them. They're a little bit scarier. They're a little bit meaner. They're just ducks are much more pleasant to be around. They're just trying to eat some food, have their happy little lives. So I guess I should because if I draw a line underneath this, it looks like it's not asleep anymore. So maybe we don't draw the line underneath. We could do it like this, but see, that's a more typical way of showing a duck is sleeping. But if we actually look at not ducks, people are sleeping. Humans. But with ducks, their eyelids do go up, it seems. But now it just looks happy. I don't know, it's a sleeping duck anyway, it's probably fine. I think that is fairly duck-like, in theory. It's a cute duck anyway. If you put your fingers near the duck's mouth, they'll bite you. Yeah, don't do that. I wouldn't say put your fingers in their mouths. It's just that they're not gonna hurt you unless you go too close to them. Do you watch that one guy that brings his pet duck to random places? I have seen that guy. It was a while ago, but I've definitely seen it, and it is quite cute. So if this duck was on top of this, I'm gonna draw some white in the middle so that I can just briefly see what this looks like on top of the deck chair, of course. And that'll give me a good idea if I'm happy with this or not. I did want to give this one sunglasses, but I'm not sure if I will keep that idea or not, because I do want it to look like it's asleep. I'm not sure how to show the feathers if I need to at all. It could just be like that. It's all, as a whole, I think this one's too small right now compared to the rubber ring, and I will need to increase the size before I make it line up. Thanks for the little cats and foxes. You mean you'd also be happy resting like that? I know! Look at how happy that little duck is. It's happily sleeping, that's what it must be. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that looks cute. I think that works. I'm gonna test what sunglasses would look like. So if we take a red... What do sunglasses look like again? They're like square sunglasses would make sense for this stuff. Would you even be able to see the other side of the glasses? I'm not sure, but this is what the duck looks like with sunglasses on. And then if we shade them in... That's not how sunglasses look! I don't know how to draw sunglasses. Aren't sunglasses more like this? Yeah, okay, now it's an evil eye patch duck. I could draw the other sunglass like this, just for the fun of it. Just have it kind of curve off. That takes away the cuteness. He looks silly with them on. Nice. He does look silly, but I don't know. Maybe. Oh, a hat! Oh, that's such a cute idea! I'm from California. I'm gonna give it a hat instead. What makes me a good duck then? I don't know. I don't know what makes me a good duck. Oh, hello, duck! I am drawing you. I'm drawing your family. All of the ducks. I've got some lovely sleeping ducks. I got a duck in a rubber ring. Got a little duck on a chair. So cute. Oh my goodness. I could give it a hat like my hat that I'm wearing. It's very summer themed, so it makes sense, right? Something like this. And then I could look at my own hat for reference, which is actually quite handy. So you'd have a little bob in the middle. It's cute already, I can tell. I do like this idea. It's a little duck with a hat. Oh my god. I think I've made this thing a little bit too pointy. Maybe more like that. And then just curve over the top. So I need to make sure this is correct-ish in shape. Kind of hard to do, but I'm trying my best. I'm not the best at perspective, and it's causing me pain. I'm trying. Something like that, and then if we were to add some white underneath, you would get a little hat. It's not placed right, I need to adjust that, but it's interesting. Your full name is Duck on a Scooter? That's a cool name. Hello, that's pretty mid. Good evening to you too. I hope you're having a nice night. Hello, what do you mean? Hello, Comedy Pumpkin. I hope you're having a good day today. Maybe you're telepathically telling ducks to come watch you draw them. Would make sense. Maybe I am. Or maybe somebody who is named Duck saw my stream and was like, oh, that's me, and had to click. I think that's the more likely scenario. But yours is cute. It's a cute idea. I think I need to try drawing that hat again. It didn't come out right. It was probably easier. Now it has no brain. Don't worry, I've increased the brain. Yes, it was. Yeah, I thought so. Right. Remember this. So hats curve like this. That's not quite right. It's more like that. That's I did a really good job on the left side. Not so much on the right. And then inside the cat curve, you would have another curve with a little bump on it. That would look something like that. And then in theory, this should look like a hat, but it doesn't look like a hat. What have I done wrong? I'm not very good at drawing these, am I? Maybe I've made it a bit too curved. Is that the problem? I don't know. I'm trying. Maybe the back is just too high as well. It is difficult to draw duck hats. I don't know. Hello, you are British time. You are a simple man. You see duck, you click. I see. I am also in a British time zone, British summertime. And these ducks are in summertime, of course, as well, because we are drawing ducks in the summer. You're giving him a loopy hat? I'm giving the duck the same hat. Similar hat to one I've got, because it's a nice little sun hat. But I'm really struggling. Maybe if I point downwards like this, it's kind of hard to look at myself from this angle, but then this is curved, and then this goes like this, and then this curves outwards like this. Does that look like that hat for a duck? I'm not sure. We're about to find out. Is this a duck hat? That's a more believable duck hat. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. But it's technically spring still, but who cares about that? Exactly. I mean, you gotta get ahead with these stickers. Be ahead of the trend. Be ready for summer, and that's what will happen here. Okay, yeah, I think it looks better. So I need to adjust the right side, I think. But I am fairly happy with that now. It's getting there. Drawing hats is a difficult thing. Thank you for subscribing, that's pretty mid. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Spring versus summer too real. Oh my goodness. I know sometimes it really feels like it's already summer, and then other days it's still really cold. It keeps flip-flopping like that. It's strange, but it's fine. Okay. Why is... I have weirdly centered, not centered this correctly. Let me... What have I done? It shouldn't look like that. It look more like that. So something like this, I think. Is that more hat-like? Potential. Yeah, I like that. That's it. There we go. Okay, that looks more correct to me. Duck is ready for holiday. Of course it is. Yeah, the duck is absolutely ready for holiday. You don't call that summer until July? Really? I call it summer in June. For me, summer, I've always thought of as spring is January. No, spring is not January. I started that wrong. Spring is February. No, it's not. Spring is May. No, March, April, May. March, April, May. Summer is June, July, and August. Autumn is September, October, and November. And then winter is December, January, and February. That's what it is in my mind. I don't care what the technical definitions are in different calendars. That is how I should always think of it. I think that's a cute little duck. Thank you so much for the $99 US and Euro heater. That's very kind of you. I really appreciate that. And also I noticed it's a banana sticker and I do appreciate that as well. Oh my goodness. You hate the summer, hay fever, made even worse because you're in the most green part of the UK. Ooh, I mean, I'd love that if I was in the most green part of the UK, but I can see why you'd struggle with hay fever in that case. So I don't have hay fever, so I don't suffer. Ooh. I'm so sorry to hear that. My favourite season is winter as well anyway, so I'm not a massive fan. Summer is typically too hot for me, to be honest. Right, where does the deck chair start? That's a duck reference. Oh, that's my deck chair. I should label these things, shouldn't I? So this is one of them. That is nothing. So that's... No, that's my white, right? Yeah. That's the duck. That's also the white. Okay, I'm gonna add a folder, otherwise I'm gonna get confused. That is not a folder. That's a folder. And that's the deck chair. Okay, this is deck chair, duck. Banana and ducks need to fuse. Well, maybe that's a future drawing. You like cold after it's been cold for a long time? I like nice temperatures. I like spring weather and I like autumn weather. And I don't mind being cold because I can always put on more clothes and go inside. So it's not so bad. But other than that, it's either nice and warm or raining for some reason. UK weather is wet. Yeah, it's I don't think it rains that much really. It just gets really cloudy all the time. So there must be a lot of rainbows because I often find it's also sunny while there's clearly many clouds in the sky. So that is one thing we have, I suppose. Larger organisms like yourself are better suited for cold environments to regulate body heat. Maybe that's why I get so hot all the time. I'm just dying. Especially when I'm trying to go to sleep. For some reason, as soon as it's bedtime, my body is like, right, let's heat up. Let's get as warm as possible and sweat into a puddle. I'm not even someone that sweats very much. I just get so hot in bed. It's ridiculous. I don't understand why it happens to me. I've so many times I've had to sleep with the window wide open and I need to just get air conditioning, don't I? Oh dear. Right, if I select this, there we go. This is the way I can now make them all bigger at the same time. So I kind of want my ducks to be similar sizes, I think. So if it's not quite the same size, but that's the same kind of width of head. So that's a nice size, I think, for a sticker. I can always make it smaller, but I can't make it bigger. So yeah, that'll be okay. Not stop, duck, yes. Yeah, ducks! Oh my goodness. Got a bicycle, went around the block a few times, you're out of shape. Oh, that's okay, we all start somewhere. I'm also out of shape, so I'm sure I've struggled too. It's okay, good job. I'm really proud of you for actually going out on your bike. That's a big step. Alright, I'm going to call this my line art there, otherwise I'm going to get confused. Here we go. So, what colour did I use for my ducks? I used this little blue before, so let's use that. So I do like this duck. I gave it a little blush because I thought it was cute. This duck looks so happy! Oh my god, I love this already. I do believe my line art thickness was 11, but I can always test it by just using a pen. That's too wide, isn't it? Is it 10? Oh, that seems wide. I should really get a different colour to test this. Then it's easier to tell. That is too wide. I think it must have been 9. Is that the right width? I should have written this down, and I will after this. I think it's 9. Okay, let's write a nice 9 here. There we go. That's perfect. Are you reading from Twitch chat? You can't see it. There's no Twitch chat at the moment. I am live on Twitch, but there's no one there. So it's all from regular chat. I don't know. On YouTube, I mean. Temperature sweet up. 20 to 24 degrees. Yeah, that's not so bad. 20 to 24 degrees is an alright temperature, I'd say. Yeah. Ducky! Yeah! Hello, Hazel, the art freak. Thank you for coming back. I assume it's you. I don't know. You change your name a lot. But hi, I'm so glad to hear you like ducks too. I love ducks, they're very cute. The one in the tube needs a bathing suit. Okay, that's going a bit too far. We don't need to give our ducks swimming costumes and stuff. They are still ducks, even if they're little silly ducks. I need to change the colour, I think, of... Now I'm confused. What if I put in these layers? Have I Oh no, I'm doing this wrong. Right. This goes in here. That's how you... Okay, now I can actually see my lineup. That makes sense. Okay, I am not so good at this, it turns out. Right, it might take me a few attempts to get these lines nice and smooth. I should increase my stabilization to 50 or 100 as I've accidentally just done. At least there'll be smooth lines now. Oh dear. I think this one here needs to be one big line, otherwise it's just going to look a little bit odd. That might take me a moment to get the correct angles, and I just need to pay attention while I do it. I am looking down, by the way, because I have a tablet with the screen on it. I haven't been looking at the screen most of the time, but I can when I choose to, and I think drawing line art is a little bit easier when you are actually looking at your hands, or at least I find that's the case. So that is what I'm trying to do. I will look at chat in a minute. I'm just trying to draw this line. I'm so bad at drawing line art. It's one of my worst skills in art. It's a problem, but in theory I'll get better at it the more I do it. So this is all great practice. I'm trying to use my whole arm because I know that's the technique. I think I've just made this a bit too zoomed in. Let's make this easier on myself. That was a really smooth circle, but that's not what I wanted. So I'm getting that. Am I changing your name? No, that's fine. Okay, what's a great thing to do in the summer? Going to a local river or reservoir and feeding the duckies? I would love to do that. Twitch chat not activate? Well, it is now. Have more ducks come along. My goodness, I'm just going to have a chat of all the ducks who are watching YouTube, of course. Because if ducks are able to interact with all this summer equipment, then of course they can watch YouTube. And they'll all come along and we'll have a chat full of ducks. And they'll just start quacking in the chat, and that'll be the only communication we know. Oh my goodness. You once had a job interview involving a duck? Hi, Thomas Smith. Not sure if I said hi to you. And it was some kind of security card thing for a nature park. That is such a lovely little job. I mean, being a security card is quite dangerous, but being one for a nature park actually sounds really nice. You probably get to go on really nice lunchtime walks on your breaks and stuff. Aw, what a nice little job. I have been thinking a lot recently. Do I want to go into another field and do something environmental? But I think I'm just not sure. Because my I really like the idea of helping out the planet and doing something meaningful at work. But at the same time, I'm terrified of dogs. And almost every career that involves doing outdoor conservation work and stuff, you are going to be constantly faced with that problem. Because dogs are everywhere outside, and that is going to be a massive barrier to the jobs I would be able to take on, and people wouldn't want to hire me. Which is understandable, but it's a shame. So I have to keep that in mind. Evolved from Miss B to Mistress of Life? What do you mean? That's already what that means, though. Imagine a far future where the smartest animals are ducks and they create a human-like society. Maybe that's what this is. Or maybe this is an apocalypse where all the humans have vanished and the ducks have taken over the world and they're exploring what's left. That'd be cute. But at least practice works, except for when it kind of doesn't go as planned. That's okay. It's okay. We'll keep trying. Eventually we'll get there. You also like my hat, Vieus? You have the same kind of hat, it's a bit lighter. You have a hat like this? That's so cute. I love that. Give you an idea of what to draw. You're already drawing a duck. It's just a doodle page thing you're doing an ivory. Ooh, what should you draw that's not a duck? How could you not draw more ducks? What about... draw some fluffy little sheep in a pen to go with the ducks. You can just have a whole farm of animals. That sounds cute. I like that idea. Basically, he was a male duck. He was very territorial. If it didn't like you, you didn't get the job. Oh, I see. So your job interview for the security job was whether or not this duck liked you. That is an interesting interview. I'm guessing you didn't get the job the way you're talking about it, but then that's not really your fault because it's just whether or not that duck decided you were the right one. Is there a duck VTuber out there? There will be. I can't say that I know one. I know someone whose whole VTuber lore is that she's technically a duck that's dressing up as a crocodile, and that's Wane Agayo? I don't actually know how to say her name. But yeah, and then there's that one from HoloLive who's always riding a duck around. I can't remember her name though. There will be duck VTubers out there. If you just look on Twitter, search, or X, just search duck VTuber, they will come up. They always come up. Yeah, most things will have a VTuber. It's just the nature of the market at this point. That was a very pointy beak. This duck has a bit of a curved beak. I'm trying my best to replicate it. Is that duck beak like? Do I like that? No, I don't. I think I've gone a bit too far down with this line here, so I'm trying to compensate for it. Maybe like that. Yeah, okay, I think I can work with that. I just need to rub out some of these lines here. That's okay. That goes away. Now, does this go further? No, this doesn't extend further, so I will just get rid of that. Maybe a tiny bit more here. Okay, nice and neat. BS VTuber went, I am a VTuber, what do you mean? Alright, hey, you're not sure you'd have to say her name? I don't know. Just look them up, there'll be some out there. The duck was a jerk. The idea, if you couldn't handle the duck, you couldn't handle the more obnoxious human guests? Oh, I see, that makes sense. There's a VTuber based on a frog on YouTube you've seen infrequently here and there. Yeah, there are VTubers for everything, honestly. And the ideas are quite complicated sometimes. I mean, there's the whole someone who has been in pre-debut for a long time, but I know her, so I will mention her. There's someone who is an ice cream kitty, not just a cat, but an ice cream cat, which is such an unusual idea. I don't know how you come up with that. It's so... What even does that mean? I don't know, but it is... There's stuff like that everywhere. Everyone has their own little weird little thing, and I think it's quite cool. I am so boring. I'm an adventurer. And that's only because I go on adventures. It's literally just because that's what I do. Yeah, Ellie cat. Ellie hasn't streamed for a very long time, and I have my hopes up that she will eventually, but I think she's probably just very busy with all kinds of things, and that's okay. We can wait. Patience is key. Oh my goodness. You're on Twitter way too much. There seems to be a VTuber avatar sell-off? What do you mean sell-off? Do you mean people selling their avatars? That does happen a lot, yeah. At least Vieus scores of personality. Ah, thank you, Tech Maniac. Yeah, I don't think the concept is that important, to be honest. It's the content that really matters. Obviously, you don't want to have an ugly character because people just won't like it. It just won't. If it's really not nice to look at, people just won't watch it no matter what you do. Okay, that is such a cute placement for the blush. I love that. But you're mostly going to be fine with most concepts. It's just about if it works for the content you make. Vieus is the Vieus. Can't compete with that. That's true. I do have a short name, but it's not easy to look up because it autocorrects to virus. It's okay. Okay, I'm going to change the colour of the beak because I forgot to do that, which is a little bit annoying, but I can manage, probably. If it's gonna work. Oh, that's the wrong layer. It's this layer. Whoops. Let's turn that off. There we go. I have so many layers. It is ridiculous. I really need to reduce my... Oh, that was the opacity as well. Whoops. I need to reduce the stabilization. I accidentally took it down to 4, but you know what? I'm okay with that. 4 is not a bad number to be at anyway. So, are you still working on duck? That is the stream, sorry, funnily enough. The title is Ducks, Ducks and More Ducks. So I would think so. But okay. Hello. Then again, VTubers can be essentially anything essentially with compatible lore to explain what they are. Have you thought about your lore? Is it not important to you? My lore is anything I tell you about my life. It is just me. I am me. And that is it. You could make a whole document on all the stories I've told you, I'm sure, if you really wanted, although that would be insane. Don't do that. The duck blush is cute, isn't it? I love it. Are ducks cannibalistic? I know that they'll eat eggshells, I think, but I don't think they eat ducks, right? Some birds definitely do, though. I'm not really sure. It autocorrects to Venus. Does it really? That's interesting. Vieus is the virus now. I'm not. Sorry, my microphone is now... Why is my microphone suddenly falling over? What is happening? Stop falling over! Okay, it's settled. In theory. I might just suddenly see it sneak over again. And I need to have a drink or my voice is gonna die. Vieus learns that she has his hair strands sticking out of her hat. Yeah, I do. It's a hole in my hat. I just shoved my hair through. It's perfectly designed. Custom made hat, obviously. It's a style choice. Okay, what colour should the hat be? I'm just thinking. I need to think about what colour the chair will be. I probably shouldn't make it pink because we've already got pink rubbering over there. There should be its own colour theme. I can change it later on, but I need to pick something for now. So let's go for... I do kind of like how it's orange, but I'm not sure if that's really what I want. Maybe a green hat? A bit more of a saturated colour. That's a nice colour. I can change it if I want to anyway. Oh my god, that was awful. And once again, I'm reminded of how much I hate drawing line art because I suck at it. I'm sure it's great fun once you're good at it. I've heard other people say it's really relaxing. Also, my stabilization is on 4, so no wonder I'm really struggling. I was like, this wasn't this hard before. I wonder why this. I wonder why. Oh dear. I'm trying my best. Probably fine. That was close-ish. You also got something done. You need to really work on schooling. Okay, get to work. You know, your education is way more important than watching my streams. Oh my god. That could set you up for such a good life if you study well and you choose the right subjects. It could also set you up for not much at all, but you know, you can make your own path anyway from whatever you do. You've just got to think outside the box. Because I understand it's tough in this economy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Does that look okay without the sketch? It's alright. I think this needs to be a bit more curved, so if we just adjust this slightly and then rub it out as well. Now it's not thick enough. Very, very delicate process. Yeah, that looks alright. I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna get the actual pen out just to get sure that's smooth. Yeah, there we go. Okay. It's a nice little hat. This doesn't connect up properly though, so I will make sure it does. Otherwise the hat doesn't make sense, and that is no good. There we go. I mean, it's a little hat. Cute. Thank you. I think it's cute too. Oh my goodness. Use paint bucket tool. I will. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect. What the hell happened there? Is my internet dying or something? I hope not. I'm so sorry if the stream suddenly disappeared for a moment there. You will tell me, I hope. I said chat disconnected on my end. It was like, it said chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Successfully connected. I know my stream's still going, but something happened for a second. We did have the internet man come over today because we were having problems. So I think he did mention something about it stabilizing and it may go up and down a bit. I may have had a blip. It's okay though, because YouTube is quite stable and it won't disconnect the stream until it's been about a minute. So I'm safe. I can even click stop streaming, wait 10 seconds, and then click it again, click start streaming, and I'll still be streaming. I mean, you'll have a loading screen for 10 seconds, but it wouldn't stop the whole thing. It will on Twitch, so that would be annoying, and I won't do that. But YouTube's quite good in that way. My goodness. Stream's fine. Yeah, I think the stream's fine. It was just a moment. You can recolor empty spaces with the bucket. Of course I can. Of course I can. And I will be. That's how I'll fill massive spaces like I did here. I mean, obviously this is painted in because it's individual shading lines. I'm not sure if I'm happy with this shading. I tried my best. I think I don't like how this ends here. I can adjust it later on. I'm trying to do ducks. Okay, so that's my duck line art. I need to do the chair line art now, so I'm going to do that on another layer underneath so that I don't accidentally damage my lovely little duck. It's very cute. Prisoner Zero has escaped. What is this, a Sun Doctor Who reference? What? I am confused. What colour should the chair be? If this is green, what colour looks really... So green, what colour is this first of all? It's this colour here. So opposite of green is pink. I could have a pink duck chair, but I feel like it's just too similar to the one right next to it. I don't know. I mean, obviously I can have more pink things on here, but I also want to limit my colour palette to not too many colours. I think I might go for an orange. Just a nice orange. Yeah, maybe it's kind of, that's a little bit, maybe a bit more yellowy. Something like this? No, that's not saturated enough. Oh, I don't like that orange. It's not yellow. That's still not very bright. Just going to be a bright saturated orange at this rate, which I know doesn't look right, so I'm really trying my best to come up with a good colour for this. Oh, difficult. Okay, tried a little experiment. Ravioli and yogurt do mix. Ravioli and yogurt? I have never heard of that before. Okay then. Well, I'm glad you liked it. It would have been such a waste if you didn't. Oh my goodness. Interesting. Chat, do you see what I see? It's a duck. I think they do. It is a duck. The internet man is such a fiend, trying to leave a Vieus-shaped hole in our Vieus-shaped heart. No, the internet man was trying to help you. He was trying to help make the internet better so that it's not so weird. I don't know. Our internet has... We're supposed to get a certain speed, but and we do sometimes, but sometimes we really don't. And that's what he was fixing, essentially. Because that's important. If you're not getting what you're supposed to get, it's part of their policy that they give you a refund and they reduce the rate that you have to pay because clearly you're not getting what they advertised. But I think he managed to fix it, basically, so that's good. It's a shame that our router, though, is upstairs, because we don't really use the internet upstairs. I'm always downstairs, because my room's downstairs, and my mum's always downstairs as well, in the living room, when she uses her computer. So it's just a bit annoying, really, but we've got some decent Wi-Fi discs and stuff, so it kind of works. GTA? I don't know anything about GTA, to be honest, but that's cool for you. I know this is technically my line art, but I'm now just colouring in at the same time. It's fine. Who cares, you know? It's my drawing. As long as it looks nice, it does not matter how I use my layers at the end of the day. And I still need lines here. It's just I thought, well, they're going to be the same colour as the section they colour in. They're just really thick lines if you think about it, so it makes sense. You want me to replace chicken Vieus with duck Vieus? Oh my goodness, I'm not a VTuber model creator of live 2D stuff. Although, I would like to learn possibly how to make 3D models one day. I don't know. I'm having a nice time drawing little characters like this. Maybe I should just make this into a Vieus and just separate it. I don't know, look up how to separate for live 2D. And then just send that off to a rigger and get them to do it. That'd be so cool. Little duck. I love that. And I do adore my little chicken model, but I think it is so bad for my branding because people just don't recognize me when I have that on my thumbnail. People who say someone's only just found me the day before, they won't even realize it's my stream. So it's annoying. And that's why I still always keep it as my end screen. Oh, these are such dodgy lines. What am I doing? This is not smooth at all. Oh my god! Didn't mean to do that. I haven't saved this. I'm gonna just do it now. Because I was playing a game earlier and it crashed and I feel like I lost several hours of progress, which I'm going to get very annoyed about when I come back to it later. That's fine. Oh dear. I really need to remember to save more in these things. But I've learned my lesson. I will definitely save now in that game. I didn't realize it was a game that liked to crash. It's annoying. Wait, no, I think that game has autosave actually. That might help me out, but I will be a little bit behind. That's not so bad then. You're not interested in GTA either? That's okay. I'm not interested. So we're a little group of people who don't really aren't interested in that, and that's alright. Can't be everyone's cup of tea. If everyone was the same, the world would be a very boring place. No, the game progress is gone. I know, it's very annoying. It's like if this thing crashed and I lost all my progress I'd made on today's stream. It takes me so long to draw these ducks because I'm so worried about them being absolutely perfect with their lines and stuff, because I mean, these are meant to be stickers. I want to sell these, so it has to look perfect. I wouldn't give someone something imperfect. It's just not a good product, is it? No. Okay. I hope they do alright. I'd love to make a video about what my experience was like making and doing this whole thing. So Vieus, if everyone was like you, the world would be perfect. The world would not be perfect if everyone was like me. That would be awful. Oh my god. I would not want to live in that world. It'd be a terrible world. No one would get anything done. Everyone would procrastinate. It'd be terrible. Oh dear. You do not know such. You do not want that world. Like, trust me. Oh my goodness. Prisoner Zero messing a YouTube stream. You thought it was funny? I'm not sure what you meant with Prisoner Zero though, because Prisoner Zero doesn't. All they do is they copy people's appearances, right? And people maybe die? I don't think anyone actually dies in that episode. I don't really remember. They just kind of take control of... They use sleeping people's dreams to pretend to be people. Oh yeah, the threat is because the alien that's trying to capture Prisoner Zero threatens to block out the sun and kill everyone from cold. That's what it is. Yes. Because Prisoner Zero is just trying to hide. Right, I remember now. A word for the Vieus? Yeah, I would be biting my fingernails in in worry as well. I understand. Don't worry. Oh my goodness. I think there's something wrong with this angle here. That looks better. Okay. Does that look alright without the deck chair underneath it? Yeah. Yeah, that's alright. That looks okay. Okay. I need to draw this line here, and I'm going to increase my stabilization again. Just to make things a bit easier for me. It's important. This will look very nice in a moment. I'm going to draw the brown thing on top of this. This is the other sections of this deck chair are made of wood. So they will be similar colour, because brown really is just a dark orange when you pick it from the colours. Which I thought I was so smart when I figured that out as a child. I don't know why I was so proud of that. It's just a colour. It's not that special. I don't know if I was shocked at the fact that brown was just dark orange or something. It just seemed mind-blowing to me. I don't know why. A taxi threatened to burn her. Oh, did they? That might have been it. I just remember the sun looked weird or something. Right. Oh no, because they, it wasn't the sun looked weird. Sorry, I'm remembering it wrong. It's not that they made the sun cold. It was that they covered the earth in a film of some kind of force field that made the sun look weird. That's what it was. I remember now. The whole world would be screaming because of the amount of fools in 3D Mario games. Oh my god, yeah. Oh dear. That would be an interesting world. Oh, we have a bot in my Twitch chat, because that's the only people who come into my Twitch chat. Fun times. Alright, let's change this to a slightly more brownish colour. Is that a nice brown? That's a bit too much of a poo brown. And there's a fine line. I think I quite like very redwood, but I want this to be a bit paler than usual because I want it to fit nicely with my ducks. So I might make this a little bit more this colour, a bit more like this. Or even a really pale. No, that's too pale. Is that colour okay? Okay, maybe make this a bit more red. It's all trial and error. Now it looks a bit like a cherry wood. I kind of like that, but I don't know if I like how it looks with the orange. Oh. Do I like that? No, it just doesn't match, does it? It's too desaturated, perhaps. Okay, that doesn't look like brown. Did my music stop? I think I did. I didn't put it on loop, so yeah, it's just come to an end. Let's refresh that. There we go. I've now ticked loop. Fantastic. Today you drew a random person, you showed it to your art teacher, and she said she likes it, but if you wouldn't see the lower half, you think it's a boy, and you thought, I drew it. It can be everything. So, yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, people look like all kinds of things. You can't. There is no definition of what looks like a boy, because some people, I'm sure, frequently get misconstrued for being something that they aren't anyways. Silly art teacher. That's still not a colour I like. I mean, I'm really struggling with this brown, I don't know. I don't think I'm very good at making wood colours. This is my problem. Maybe it should be more like this. It just looks like carrots. It's such a carrot orange that I chose. I'm not sure what I think about it. Oh. Let me have a look at the reference picture for the deck chair. What colour did they use? So that's a very... What colour is that? Is... Oh, it's a very similar to an orange, actually. Okay, let me grab my orange and pick about... Here. Okay, that's very... that's too similar. It does need to be a bit more red. I guess we can use this colour. It's a very strong redwood, but I like redwood, so where is the... There's my deck chair. Okay. You're trying to joke that your taxi prisoner Zero giving you connection problems? Oh, okay. I don't think I get the joke, I'm sorry, but thank you for making it Dr. T joke. I do appreciate it in a way. Hello, Arashi Mizuhara. Thank you so much for popping by on the Twitch side, for those who don't understand. I hope you're having a good day today. It's such a nice way of greeting me. Greetings, miss. That's so polite. I never get that. Thank you. That made me happy. It's nice to see. Manners. It's like I've been greeted in high society or something. Oh, I remember now. I was going to use the line tool for this because these are supposed to be straight lines. It makes sense to do this properly. Otherwise, it's just going to look a bit wonky. It already looks wonky. I'm not sure if there's a way to do parallel lines in Clip Studio Paint though, so I'm just gonna have to eyeball it and attempt to make it parallel. That looks about right. Yeah. It's okay. So is Miss V is kind of Vieus now? It's if you want it to be. I don't see a problem with it. I think it's nice. I'm gonna have to look at my reference again because I don't remember. I should probably hide some of these other ducks that's just in the way. I know they're cute, but I do need to look at the reference. So there's a bit of a straight line, then a curve. Weren't we supposed to call women with formality and generalness? I mean, people used to do that, but it's just died out of fashion these days. We just don't talk with such formality. I think English as a whole has become very informal. No one talks by saying one must simply do what one must. No one says one anymore. We all say I. So it's interesting. Or we use general you. We don't really do those things. It's just how language evolves. I was having this discussion with my mum the other day because we've been watching Call the Midwife, and there's a couple of characters in that who talk like that. And that's set in the 1960s, so it's not that long ago, really. It's interesting. Now, does the fabric go over the top? Yes, it does. Okay, I will need a very small section. Well, I don't really need a small section here, I suppose. I can just have it all come up. That's fine. You do use one or general U a few times. Do you? Well, general U we all use, yes, but you use one. That's really cool. It's like a nice little relic from a time that has just about gone now. Vieus doesn't get much respect in general from a viewer. I don't think that's true, actually. I think I get a lot of respect from my chat, Sake, so that's not true. Where is my Twitch chat right now? Oh, it's kind of difficult to read. Let me click on that. Pop you next to everyone else. There we go. I know you can only read it half the time, but I'm not sure what I can do about it. Picture this, the whole world is full of VTubers that all focused on one thing with no change around. Wouldn't live in that kind of world. A world where everyone is VTuber. That... Who would have time to watch anyone? Because you'd all be streaming all of the time. That would be interesting. I do think we probably will have a world one day where everyone has a virtual avatar that they use to communicate in some kind of online space, but I don't think everyone will be a content creator, which would mean they're not VTubers, they're just virtual people, which is fine. We don't want everyone to be creators. That would be a crazy world. There is a temptation, I think, among many people now to monetize everything you do, because we're all struggling. I understand. So this needs to come down and then there's a straight line here. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Some of these corrections I'm going to have to add afterwards. Oh, I forgot to do the little bit there. You don't mind to call a woman in royalty where you think it's the right thing to do. Your mum taught you a lot about being respectful to women, just like how you did to her. Okay, well that's very kind of your mother. I'm happy to hear that. Very polite things you were taught, it seems. Very nice. V creators. Well, yeah, it's interesting. The term VTuber I feel like is so outdated at this point because so many people who call themselves VTubers don't make any content on YouTube at all. And it's okay to not have to call yourself a VTuber. You can just call yourselves what you are. If you are somebody who just makes Twitch streams, then just call yourself a Twitch streamer, a V streamer or something. I don't know. You don't have to. We don't all have to be VTubers if it's not an accurate description. It's a strange term. I understand it comes from Kismet Eye, but it just doesn't really make sense in a lot of context. And it makes sense that we have things like V artists now, because yeah, they're people who have virtual personas, but they're actually artists. I can appreciate that they've done that. It's nice. Okay, that looks about right, maybe. I don't know. I'm really struggling with these angles. I want the straight bit to be there, but at the same time, it just doesn't look right. May you know how your day's been going so far, miss? My day's been going okay, thank you. I have been having a nice time on here drawing my duck and my deck chair. I was asleep most of the day. I have been very tired recently. VTubers does play very well though. It does have a nice sound to it. You're right, Tech Maniac, but I don't know. I think people will... It's just not accurate. If you want to be a VTuber, be a VTuber. But if you're not actually a VTuber, then you don't need to call yourself one. It's not gonna hurt you. I guess it hurts in branding at the moment. But if everyone started being more specific, it wouldn't hurt anymore. That we would just have our V streamers, and that would be okay. How do I connect this up without it looking wonky? I don't even know how to make this look like a straight line. It's so difficult. Maybe I should start the lines from here or something. So this line should be shorter. I don't know, I'm having to guess at some point with this because it doesn't line up anymore. So we go down and across. Maybe we should go across first. So like this and down. Okay, that looks correct. Ish. It's correct enough. YouTube versus VTube? Maybe. You'd branded a V small brain. A small brain? Oh my goodness. Nah, you don't have a small brain, do you? You might actually. You could have a small head. If you're still a child or something. You could have a small brain. I don't know. That is possible, but don't define yourself by the size of your brain. That's not very nice on yourself. It doesn't... I think it's been shown that having a bigger brain doesn't mean that you're more intelligent, because look at dolphins, they're not more intelligent than us. They are smart, but they're not as intelligent as us because they're not going around building houses. Not that building houses is the definition of intelligence, but it's pretty clear that they're not as advanced as we are. But they have larger brains, so it's interesting. It's not the brain size, it's the percentage used. I thought animals used all of their brain. I thought we all used 100% of our brains. I thought it was about the surf. It's more about the amount of folds in your brain. If you have a brain, you'd have lots of little squiggles inside it. It's about the surface area more than anything, right? It's how complex it is. That's all it is. How complex it is. VTuber seems to have a nice ring to it. You doubt the name ever fall out of fashion? Well, I mean, the whole term as a whole is quite new, so we don't know what's going to happen realistically. But it's possible it could stick around. So one of the things I forgot to draw when I did this reference thing was I didn't do this line here, which you can see. Okay, my mouse has stopped working. What? It's working now again. It was just having a moment. And hi, Major Overlord, by the way, welcome. That's for someone smarter than you. Ah, that's okay, don't worry. It's just, I mean, I don't really know my facts about these things. You mean people like to watch small brain creators? If their intelligence is low, sometimes they're more entertaining to watch, like when a certain streamer thought a llama was a dog. I don't actually know what you're referencing there, but I do get it. Yeah, people love watching dumb moments. It's a thing, and that's fine. This is deck chair line art. I need to actually label these things. Well, this is the deck chair dock. So chair line art, and I'm going to add another layer underneath this, so that I can do this line and not have to worry about rubbing stuff out. So that is my plan. Dolphins have the intelligence, they lack the hands to make things. I think if they were smart enough that they'd be able to figure out how to do things. They just don't... I don't think they're as smart as us. I don't think that's true. It can't be. They would just do more. May you ask a genuine question? You can ask any question you like, as long as it's not inappropriate, obviously. Which I don't think it will be. I'm not assuming that. What is your question? Maybe in a couple of years people won't associate VTubers with YouTube anymore. It's just a word they accept because it's how language evolves. I don't know, but the word tube has nothing to do with any other platform. It means YouTube. It's a word in its own. It's a tube. It's not... It doesn't mean anything otherwise. It's just a little, like a toothpaste tube. It makes me, is everyone just out there promoting toothpaste? Is that what VTubers will become? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Anyway. Let's see, VTubers for YouTube, VStreamers for Twitch in general, and V avatars for everything else. These most appropriate. Yeah, V avatars may become a term. Maybe there'll be vavatars. No, vavatars doesn't sound very nice. I don't like that. I tried it as a term. No. Okay. Ooh, I've just noticed this is supposed to be orange over here, so I'll have to change that in a minute. Well, not in a minute, but in a bit. Okay. Does this look okay without the underneath? Yeah, that makes sense. That actually does look alright. I'm happy with that. Okay. So I need... Okay, first of all, this was not meant to be brown. I've done this bit wrong. But it did help me line it up correctly, so I'm not too annoyed at wasting my time or something. It's actually right. Trying to nicely get rid of that. Don't know why I'm using my mouse, by the way. Oh, it's because I was doing the whole line tool thing. Let me actually get out my pen. It's a lot quicker. This needs to nicely curve off. And then, oh, no, we won't get rid of that. Because so the deck chair will come underneath here. That makes sense to me. Okay, where is my sketch? It's disappeared. Ah, there you go. Does politeness in men being... Is politeness in men being looked down on nowadays? I don't think so. I don't think being polite is ever looked down upon. I don't think that's true at all. No. I mean, I wouldn't know the opinions of other people, of course, but I would not say that anyone's out here being like, we don't like politeness anymore. No, that'd be silly. I'm sure people still appreciate it. Vid host, video host. I don't know. I mean, there's YouTubers. That's the general term. I would be interested to see what would happen if say YouTube dies somehow, which is so unlikely, and another streaming service takes over. What would we call the creators of that service? Maybe it would just be whatever the service is called, because you know you have things like TikTokers, but then people who post on Instagram, are they really Instagrammers? I mean, some people call them that, but I feel like more people just call them influencers. So maybe we'll all just be influencers. I don't know. It's interesting. 2005 YouTube. When did VTubers start? WTubers and Xtubers and YTubers? I don't know about that. If Google died, Twitch would buy the rights so fast. I mean, I think a company would buy YouTube if Google struggled to keep it running. The platform is so desirable. No way. You do give a good point there, Major Overlord. I agree. Oh my goodness. Am I drawing on the wrong layer here? Oh, I think I am. Whoops. That's why this doesn't make sense. I just carefully draw that down. There we go. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need to do these orange sections at the bottom here so that it makes sense. So you would want, this is going to be hard. I have to kind of do this by eye, but I'm going to try. So that is not the line tool. That would be a start. We actually need a pen, not a rubber. Manners is a currency that's accepted everywhere. It is. I agree. I agree. Everyone appreciates manners in any language. Things like holding the door open for someone who's got a bunch of stuff in their arms. I'm sure everyone would appreciate that. And if they don't, why? Why would you not appreciate someone just trying to help you? It's not like they said anything rude. They're just trying to be nice. I don't think anyone would be mean about that. I'm drawing these lines just so it's easier for me to know where to go from with this. But anyway, quack back at you, cats. Hello, hope you're having a good day today. YouTube, not YouTuber? What do you mean? The term to replace VTubers would be vid hosts. I don't think vid hosts, no. I don't think many people even call them vids anyway. I've heard it, but it's not a very commonly used term. I think it's just videos. It's not something people feel the need to shorten. Hello to you two. Do you like ducks, cats? I know that you like cats more, of course, but ducks are very cool. I hope you do appreciate them. Okay, so I'm going to... Oh, I panicked for a moment. I drawn those on a bad layer, but I'm actually okay. I'm gonna change the color of this to a dark brown, just so I don't get confused. If I'm gonna be doing the orange, it needs to make sense. So there we go. Okay, and then orange. Let's try and do this. Ducks are awesome and tasty. Duck heart is delicious. No, don't eat my ducks! You can eat normal ducks, but don't say that in front of the poor ducks. They're just trying to be happy little things here. No! Not in front of them. You can't stand in front of a chicken or something, or a cow in a farm and be like, mmm, tasty. What if it understands you? You can't. It's so mean. That's what you're doing. You dare to eat the ducks? I don't think they do, but they are awesome. And I won't say that ducks aren't tasty. They are, but we can't say that really in front of these ducks. It's very mean. Trying to draw this is actually quite difficult. So I think I'm gonna rub out this afterwards. And oh yeah, I have an idea. If I select the lines I drew afterwards, that would be a good way to rub this out. So another one about here. This is very difficult. I am trying my best. So then there's one here. Trying to make it look nice and curved. Another one here, and a final one at the end. Yeah, okay. So if I then go on this line and I select this whole section, because this layer only has these two lines, I believe if I then went select no. What do I need to do? Oh, I need to go on this layer and then delete. Oh no. I did that wrong. Whoops. No, I need to do select from layer. That's what I actually wanted. Create selection. Yes. No. No, that's wrong. No, I need to deselect some of this because I didn't realize this was the same layer. No, this is the layer that I did the duck on. What have I done? I've ruined my duck. Haven't I? Oh no, I can't believe I did that. I'm gonna have to do that again. Has my tracking has died, isn't it? What the hell? Tracking? I might restart my tracking. I don't know what happened there. That was strange. There's a channel called Geography now that's doing the adventure thing. Really? Well, yeah, lots of people do adventures, of course. That's cool. There we go. I can move again. Fantastic. 486 tasted great. Cooking made it. Sure. It heard you. Worst cow to do anything. You know how those farmers make videos yelling at animals? Did that on your grandfather's on. Oh, did you name your cows after numbers? I've never raised cows. I don't know much about that. Let's see. So I need to do what I just did, but again, and better. I'm sorry to hear you didn't like your cow though. It's a shame. If I use this color, that will work. Let's not do this stupidly, because I did have a good idea on how to make this work. I just did it in a silly way, and it means I have to do it again. That was my practice run. It's all okay. Oh dear. Yeah, anyone imagined YouTube in 2005 becoming as big as it did nowadays? From stupid but funny ideas to VTubers trying funny ideas. Yeah, it has come a long way as a platform. It is strange. Okay, I need to zoom out a bit so I can see the reference again. So we want nice big curves. I don't think I did a great job first time anyway. Something like this would work well. Yeah, that looks better already. They may know why people around you give such a weird gaze when you're being polite. Or what do you do that you think's polite? Maybe you're doing something that you think is polite that's just not, or maybe comes across as weird to them. You'll have to tell me, because I cannot tell you why people are giving you strange looks if I don't know exactly what you're doing. Because I think a lot of people think they're doing one thing when they're not, and I'm sure I do the same thing, where I think I'm coming across one way, but probably coming across much different to how I actually am. Cattle must be tracked from birth to slaughter, so we gave them numbers. Any meds or vaccines or injuries must be tracked. We were not one of those farms that named every cattle. Oh, I see. Sorry, I just don't know much about the cattle industry, to be honest. So I'm learning. Interesting. Thank you for telling me. 2050 VTubers are a thing. They might be. They may be. Maybe we will still have VTubers in 2050. I hope so. You'll still have me in 2050 in theory. I hope so. I'd like to stay around that long. That would be very cool. Might be one of the oldest VTubers on the platform at that point, but that's okay. I'll be a long time running one. Oh dear. Okay, I thought drawn some more of these. I'm not sure if I'm perfectly happy with these though. I'm just gonna edit it a bit. Better. Heard you can befriend crows and ravens. Have you tried that? Chat thinks you're a spam bot. You're not a spam bot, no. I haven't tried befriending birds, to be honest. But they are quite smart animals sometimes. It's interesting. Isn't death good in Buddhism if you're lower on the ladder? Wait, what are you doing about Buddhism? What? I am so confused. No problem, most don't. It's most like it's like anyone else asking you questions on topics they know. Yeah, that's true, that's true. I have worked on a farm before. I've said this quite a few times on my streams, but that was when I was younger, and it was a community farm. So our family paid in a certain amount every month, and then we'd come work on the farm with a bunch of other people who've also paid in some money, and then at the end of the month you get to take home a box of food. And I can't imagine I was that productive on it because I was a child, but I tried. I tried my best. Okay, I'm gonna paint the white in actually before I do anything more, just to make this easy on myself. So, deselect that actually. This all needs to be white down here. And I think it will make sense. In theory. Okay, and then I take this, I click selection roulette, create selection, click on this one, delete, and delete. And then this layer can also be deleted. And I've made a little tube! It worked! Yay! Oh my goodness. I'm really happy with that. Okay. 2050 is only 25 years away now, oh my god. Yeah, time flies. It's gonna come faster than you think, and you gotta be prepared for it. That's just how life works. You bit your lip and now your mouth tastes of red stuff. You're not bleeding, but you stuck like this for a few minutes. Ooh, sounds not very tasty. I'm sorry to hear that, Hazel. I hope it goes away soon. I need to have a sip of my drink. There we go. How cool is a family thing and it's a bonding moment? Yeah, and we had fresh veggies, of course. It's not something I think is very common. I don't think there are many places you can do what we did there, but it was a nice time and I'm happy that I was able to go. I'm going to merge these two just so I don't have so many layers. And this is bottom of fabric, I guess? I'm going to delete all the sketch layers and I'm done because it's just going to get so difficult to understand. So I think I need to rub out the bit where the wood would be. The wood would! The wood would be. And do the same on the other side. And then... Why is there a blob there? What is that? Oh, it's just there. Okay. It's just random. That works, I guess. And we'll get rid of any of the excess bits that have been left over. And now I have a lovely little tube that will fit nicely with my duck. I'm happy with that. Okay. So, I think I can get rid of the sketch layer now. Yes. Oh no. No, that looks weird because there's no outline on the bottom of the fabric here. Whoops. Right, let's add some lines. That is the wrong colour. I need the orange. Add some lines to it. That's still not the orange. Oh, I'm using the rubber. Whoops. So it should be this colour. And the same on the other side. And then... I don't know. I don't know if I like it though. I like how you can't see the other side of it. So maybe we'll just have a line on this side. Maybe it'll be a thin line. It kind of breaks my stylistic thing. But I don't want it to be overbearing. This is my problem. So it's difficult. How do I get this line to line up nicely? Something like that? Well, that just doesn't look great. Is it? Actually, it's not so bad. Okay, okay. What are we naming the duck? I don't know. This is duck on the deck chair right now, so you can give it a name if you like. Hello, WNR. I hope you're having a good day today. Welcome, welcome. Okay. I'm trying my best. I think I should make this a size 9. Let's not break the rules of the art style. Otherwise, I'm going to start breaking it all the time. Now, that's not what I want. So, really need to line this up nicely. It should look like that. It doesn't look that bad. It's just not quite lined up still, I think. No, that's not it. Like this? Ooh, not quite far enough down. Here? See, when we go too far, it doesn't look nice either. God, this is difficult. I didn't expect this to be what I was struggling with. Completely forgot I'd need a line here in the first place, to be honest. That's not so bad. I'll keep that one. Okay, let's rub this out so that it lines up properly. And it all makes sense. And then we'll have a lovely little section of the chair. You have to think carefully about these things, otherwise it will just look very strange, and I don't want it to look strange. It has to make sense. Okay, so obviously I don't need the bit behind the duck. That should not exist. It doesn't make sense for that to exist. So I'm gonna get rid of that. I've also just realized I don't have any... There's no fabric underneath the duck. That doesn't make any sense at all. What have I done? Oh dear. Where is the orange? Here it is. Okay, let's fix that. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Ducky. You don't have anything to sit on. So it should be fabric that comes down. In theory, it would go down further than I have on display. So I would just hope for it going downwards, I think. And maybe draw another line here just to show that. And then... Oh no, because I've drawn that on top of this line. Okay, I'm thinking. Maybe just draw another line here instead then. And then rub out the excess. How does that look? Maybe if I get rid of the bit that shouldn't be showing. Banana cookie! I think it does need that corner piece, doesn't it? I'll do that in a minute. Pardon me? Let's get rid of the other bits that we don't need first. I shouldn't know what we're naming it. I'm sorry if you had a name. It's sorcery. The duck is magic. Grab it. No, we won't steal our magical little duck. No. Oh my goodness. Buddhism cosmology? I'm so confused why that's being brought up. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce those words other than animal. Interesting. What does that mean? What made you bring that up? I'm just confused. You said it before as well. I didn't know what to say. Which there is this one. Okay. I'm not happy with the angle that this suddenly changes to at the end here. I need to just clean this up a bit. Make it all nice and smooth. And the same thing happens with this one. The fabric doesn't make sense if it's not all nicely, perfectly drawn. So I'm trying my best. It's just difficult. It's very, very difficult to do this. Make tiny little pixels look perfect. Oh my god. This would come down to here, I think. If we were to draw that, it'd be like that, wouldn't it? So this bit should be rubbed out, and then we'll just tidy that up. Maybe you have a bit less there. Yeah, that works. Okay. Now maybe a bit more there. A bit less. I like that. I like that. That looks nice. So I accidentally drew these on the same layer, which is a little bit annoying, but I think I can clean it up. I really didn't think when I drew some of this, I don't think. I don't understand why I would do this. It's quite silly of me, really, because it's annoying to clean up now. I have to try and make this look nice again. I feel like my pen is thicker than it should be. Let's make that smaller. And it can be remedied a bit better. That looks nicer. Okay, that's fine. Name it Tickle, because feathers. We could have Tickle the duck. That's quite cute. I do like that. Maybe that'll be it then. Which one is the chair again? This one. Okay. I've done the same thing over here as well. I've just noticed. What have I done? That's very silly of me. So we want size 9 and then drag that across to there. Perfect. Okay. Well, almost perfect. Just need to add a little bit more clean up here. And then we can rub out the crossover. That's not enough. That's it. There we go. It's a casual day and you're multitasking. That's cute. You like Tickle. I like Tickle too. It's so cute. Yeah, other people agree as well. Long from California says Tickle does sound like a good name. Yeah! Duck name do you thought of Banana Yes, Mr. Feathers, or Miss Flappers? They are nice names. We can use those for other ducks. For example, this duck over here, which is hidden right now because it's a deck chair reference, which I'm trying to find. Where is my deck chair? This one? Yes. This duck over here doesn't have a name. Do you want that one to be? I like Miss Flappers. It's cute. Miss Flappers is a good name. Can I have Miss Flappers? And little Tickle, because it's so happy and cute. Yeah, that's a nice name. Okay. I need to rub out the excess here. That is the wrong tool. Okay, why am I always on the select tool? I'm not even using it. I don't understand that. That was strange. Huh, okay. That looks fine. So just a couple of corrections need to happen, I think. And then I need to rub out this little mistake. Because it's all on the same layer. Very annoying. Okay, I like that. I like that. That's nice. I think my only thing here now is I want a little bit more here. Wrong tool. I think that should be thicker. But not too thick. There's a very fine line. Well, it is a fine. It's literally a fine line. Okay, this. I'm fine. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. I think that's very cute. So, the next step would be to colour it in, I think. Oh, there's still some line art cleanup I need to do actually, such as this crossover. And I don't think there are any other crossovers. No. Okay, that's fine then. There is a bit of a blob here. I don't know why I don't know why, but I can get rid of it. It looks nicer. Okay, let's get the full fill tool out and quickly colour in the duck. I say quickly because it's not going to take long, is it? It's very simple. The only thing I think is going to be a little bit more difficult is choosing the colours themselves, and I want it to be a little bit more yellow, I think, and a bit lighter. I just chose the wrong thing. No, that's not light enough. Like this? Yeah, that's not a bad colour. I don't mind that. That's cool. Okay. Fill that in. Yeah, that's a nice brown. I'm still not happy with my orange. I don't know if I want to change it. It'd be a bit of a pain to change though at this point. I don't know if it matches very nicely. Maybe it needs a line art colour for the stripes or something. I'm considering things. I keep knocking my microphone. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to fix it right now. I don't know. Name the other duck Kazoo. Nah, I like Miss Flappers. The other Miss Flappers. But any other ducks that are coming along with you. The oven to put them in the oven, right? That would be a good. No! You can't put my ducks in the oven. That would be so sad. Why would you do that? What's wrong with you? Wanting to name the duck now, Duck Tickle, but the name doesn't ring well, so you're good with it. The other duck being Miss Flappers works for you. Yeah, I like Miss Flappers. We can name a future duck Kazoo, of course. There's going to be lots of them, I promise. It's just not today. I really like this colour, but it doesn't match the orange. It's such a clash. I don't understand why it's a clash, but it is. So I'm not sure what I can do. Maybe I could just select this and actually physically darken it. Like this. Well, now it's a really sad deck chair colour, but it is a colour. Or maybe this colour could be dark. And it'll just be on the outside. So this one here. No, that one. This one? This one. Oh. Is that all one layer? That's terrible. Oh no, okay. Things like oh, I'm doing this wrong, that's why. So bottom of fabric, you'd want this. No, that's wrong. Well, we can change things. Chat has gone quackers. I don't think there's much happening in the chat, to be honest. I think going quackers would be a bit more than it really is. But it's a cute little use of quackers, of course. I thought I just turned on the whole protect transparency thing, but I didn't. So I'm gonna try that again. I also need to get rid of that little blob. There we go. So if we have our line art looking like this, that's not so bad. I don't mind that. Just trying my best to make that make sense. There we go. Yeah, that looks nicer. I prefer that. Okay, I'm gonna keep it like that. I do need to protect this layer. I'm not sure what layer this is on though. What layer is this on? Oh, it's the top layer. Of course it is. Okay. There we go. Now that looks better. I think the only one that really needs correcting is... No, it's not even this one. It's this one. This one here needs doing carefully. But it shouldn't be too hard still. So it's mostly on its own. It's only when it comes up to this section that I'm gonna need to worry. I think I fixed my problem now. It looks a lot nicer than it did. So I'm happy with that. Ding ding restaurant, we got tasty ducks. What do you mean? We're not eating my ducks. How many times, Lifer? Oh my god. Okay, so I want to do some shading on the duck, of course, and also I need to colour in the hat. I think the hat is a little bit bright right now. I'm going to darken this colour, but I do like the green. It's a very nice green. But I think that colour itself is more of a fill colour than anything. You want a bit of dark, something to work from, I think. So we will do that. I don't know what layer the eye is on. Oh no, it's fine. You're taking a course? Don't slap you, please. Well, don't make threats on my ducks. I would never slap someone. No, that's illegal. Slapping is violence. We don't accept violence. No. Okay, I might make this a little bit turquoise. Is it like a little Vieus duck? No, I won't go turquoise. I'll go this way. And maybe this kind of colour? I don't know. Let's fill this in. Let's see. You like your ducks organically sourced, flying right past the duck blind? The duck blind? What do you mean by that? I'm confused. Okay. It's also, it blocks your message because you mistyped, by the way. So you might want to try that again. A Vieus duck classic? Yeah! Vieus duck could be cute. Okay, let's fill this in. What the hell? That is some crazy referring to other layers. What is it doing? Why is the fill tool being weird? I am so confused. If I hide all the other layers, is it a problem with... Oh dear, what did I just... Is it a problem with the other layers? Oh, I bet it is. I bet I had a white thing underneath there and I didn't realise. That makes sense. Okay. That's a cute green. I like that. Okay, okay. Not that one. This one here. I need to paint in some of the missing areas of colour, such as in these white blobs. Duck blind, apologies. Duck hunting. Oh, is it a duck hunting term? I didn't know that. I don't know anything about duck hunting. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea to hunt ducks or not, to be honest, because what was I gonna say? Because I don't know much about the populations. I know that you're supposed to hunt deer because there's too many of them, but I don't know about ducks. Is there an overpopulation of ducks? I'm clueless on that one. So about birds, there's a family of turkeys and an eagle who nest in the same place every spring near a swamp you live. That's so cute. Ah, I bet you love seeing those when they appear, don't you? Ah, that's lovely. I know where there's I can't remember. There's a big bird that nests somewhere near me, and I couldn't tell you what it is because I can't remember. That was not very descriptive, but never mind. But it's a cool bird, whatever it is, but I can't remember. Okay, so we want the light is coming from over this side because that's what I decided when I drew this duck. Therefore, this is how the beak will work as well. And then we want the shading on this side. And when I did this before, I didn't really worry about having separate layers because it's such simple shading, it doesn't really need that. So that's my duck beak. It looks so cute! The second I did that, it made such a difference. Oh my god. You hide in the blind until the ducks come into land or take off. Some use dogs to collect them. Oh, I see. Okay, I've never heard of the things that hunters hide in called blinds before. I remember what term I've heard. There's another hide. They're called hides, right? Or is that what you use to view birds? Okay, now I'm not sure. I've just never heard that before. A Vieus duck. Yeah, what about a duck version of yourself that loves adventures? It would be cute, but we have a chicken version of me already, so we don't need a duck version at the moment. Maybe one day. It looks so nice. I know! I love it so much. It's such a cute... I did not think this would come out as well as it did. I'm really happy with this. I just need to add some more shading. You live in Canada? I've always wanted to go to Canada. I will do it one day. That's so cool. Thank you for sharing that information. Maybe it's a cultural thing. I don't know. I'm not really someone who's super familiar with hunting, as I said. I'm not the most knowledgeable, and should really increase my stabilization for this, shouldn't I? Here we go. It's a little duck with a green hat on a little chair, and it's asleep. It's so cute. Oh my god. I'm gonna be drawing ducks for a long time, I think. This is my new passion. Oh my god. It's so worth it now that it's all coming together. I was really wondering what this was gonna look like. Look at that duck. So cute. I'm going to add a little bit more line here. I want this to be a bit longer. Just got to smooth that out. Something like this. It's a very curved thing, isn't it? There we go. That's cute. And then maybe we have a little bit of a shade under the hat as well. I could have some shade under the eye because it's asleep. I'm not sure. No, that makes it look weird. We'll just have some simple shading under the hat. Something like this. Yeah, like that. Okay. So then also on the hat itself, you're gonna want a bit more blue, a bit darker, and then nice. That didn't show up because it's this layer, right? Here we go. And then this would be in the dark as well. So, oh, I might just draw that line again. Like this. This music is so magical. I'm so happy with my choice today. I might use this one again. I like how it changes. It's a little playlist video that it's free to use. I've credited it and everything. It's very cool. Okay, we go. It's from Stream Cafe. Okay. There we go. It's a little duck. It's so cute. Oh my god. I need to do magical duck music. Yeah, it's duck music now. It might not be intended to be duck music, but I've designated it as such. So now what I need to do is add some shading to the actual deck chair. And then we'll be pretty much done with our little duck that we drew today. I thought possibly I'd get to draw multiple ducks. I knew it would be unlikely because it takes a very long time to do things like this for me. I don't know why. It just always has, but I'm doing alright. So, bit more red, a little bit darker. Is that a nice shading cut? No, that's too dark. Go crazy. That's a better colour. Is it? No, I might give it more saturated. Okay, I'll use that colour like that. So, let's think about this. Might need to use the line tool, I think. So you'd want a line going all the way up here, I think. Maybe make it a bit thicker. Something like that. All the way up to there. Ooh, I don't know that one. It's difficult. Yeah, I know that, okay. So that, well, no, I don't. I said I did, but that's a lie. It's a little bit too thin on that side. That's better. That's a nice little shade there. And then I think this section here will be completely dark. I'm going to turn off the whole protected opacity thing because it's not actually filled in properly. Just because it's behind the chair, so that there shouldn't be any light coming in, I would think. Possibly. Deck chair, yeah. Tickle Miss Flappers now alive. I know! Look at them though, they're so cute. I think they're quite different ducks, but that's okay. Ducks come in all shapes and sizes. Probably not much to info, but you're closer to Ottawa, Ontario. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know much about Canadian geography, but I've heard of those places. Your skill and persistence plus precision makes it take a while. Yeah, I'm not the best, which is why that's what I'm saying. My skill is not as high as it should be, which is why it takes a long time. And I also want it to look perfect because I want these to be stickers that I want to eventually sell. Therefore, can't do not perfect work. People, they would not appreciate that. Okay, let's carefully increase the length, the width of this thing. Maybe something like that. Yeah, that's nice. And then we'll do the same thing all the way down to, yeah, lovely. A little bit more there. Okay, so I also probably want some on this, but I'm not sure how to do this. Should I make this entire thing dark? Does that make sense? I am questioning everything. I don't understand this shading. I'm trying. I don't know. I might change it later if I don't like it, but we'll see how it looks when we zoom out in a minute, and then I'll make a decision. Do I like that? I don't know. I think it makes sense in a way, but I also don't know if it does. I could maybe add some light here. Maybe it gets dark after this section here. Maybe this is casting the shadow. Okay, no, that looks weird. That all looks weird. How do you do this? It's a difficult one to shade correctly. I think it is. I'm not really sure what to do this one. There's a cocktail named Duck Fart. Really? What a cocktail. Okay. I never could change. Oh, is that the caption capital city of Canada. I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. I don't think I know my Canadian geography very well at all then, it turns out. I'm so sorry about that. But that's cool. You must have lots of things to see if you live in a capital city. There's always lots going on. That's cool. I'm gonna look at my reference picture, but I'm not sure that's the sketch. It's this one? Yes. Oh, they have a light source in the same place as me. That's perfect. So yeah, it looks like it is just dark, really. So I think this is correct. I'm gonna keep it like that. All right then. Let's hide that again. No, that is my upper duck. Whoops. The inside of my mouth is itchy. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. So I think the fill here would be this section. So let's add a layer on top of that, and I'll do it like this. So I want to add some shading to this section. I was gonna say no, I won't add it like that. But I'm not sure how I want to do it. I think it makes sense for it to be the same color in the white bits as this, because it's white. So as there's a duck I mean. So I'll do it for this section at least. Oh no, that is in the wrong place. That needs to be dragged down. I'll drag that all the way down because it doesn't actually matter. And then, so if the light is here, maybe you would just have this could technically all be done, or maybe it would just be, let me look at my reference again. Why am I imagining shading when I could just look this up? So in the picture, it's completely white. So I guess there's no natural shading unless the duck's in front of it. So maybe they would just be shading in a duck shape. That makes sense. With a little hat. Like this. I'll try that. We can see. I might change it. Obviously, I need to add shading on top of the orange as well, but I haven't done that yet. So, where's my line art layer? This is my line art layer. I'm going to pick orange and then make this a bit more red, a bit darker. That's a bit too dark. Fine line with these darkness things. And then clip that to the layer below it. Or not, because that's the wrong line art. There we go. Let's see how I feel about this then. It could work. Potentially. It's a silly little thing. Duck shape shading, your favourite! Yeah! We love duck shape shading. Work harder, not smarter. No, work smarter, not harder. Oh my god. Advice is easily forgotten. Yeah, it is easily forgotten, which is why we sometimes need to be like, wait, what am I doing? You need to check yourself and think, I am doing this in a way that is far more difficult than it needs to be. Let's fix that. Does that make sense? I think that works. That looks like what the duck would look like, doesn't it? I'm just going to add some shading up the top with whatever layer that was on. What layer is that? Where on earth did I draw this shading? The white shading. Yes, you think you had work slaughter? Slaughter? I hope I didn't say that. We don't need to be slaughtering people. Okay, it is this layer. So if I add just a little bit here. I need to rub out this bit though. Does that work? Maybe get rid of this little section. I think that makes sense because this is on top of it, isn't it? So I think it's a bit too thick actually. Let's decrease that. I don't want it to be really thin because that also doesn't make sense. And I think another problem I have here is the wood outline isn't dark enough, because if it isn't even as dark as the shading, then it doesn't make sense. Possibly. I don't know, I'll think about it. Well, I am very happy with this. I think it looks ever so cute. It's such a lovely little sticker. Obviously this would have a massive white outline so that it didn't break. You'd have a section here you'd peel out and then it would come round and up. I mean, maybe this is a bit too big, but it would be something like this. Maybe you wouldn't even have a section that you'd peel out there. It would just be this kind of shape. I think that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Right. Hasn't me? You did get the phrase correct. You didn't hear you say work hard and not smart, so no one wants that, especially for shading. No, we don't need to work harder than we need to. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, let me try just checking if it's easy to do this. Shouldn't be too hard. Let me try making this darker then. I mean, maybe it's the shading that's the problem. I'm not sure anymore. So if I grab this color here, that's that dark, and then we grab this color here. Just gotta drag this down so it's darker than the actual shading. And then we make this color. I'm just gonna get a bigger brush. So this with this color. Does that make sense? Thank you for subscribing, Cookie Narwhal. Thank you so much. No, whale, sorry. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Okay. That looks alright, actually. I think it makes more sense as well. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, let me make the brush smaller so that I can very carefully do this bit because of the line art. And then we should be alright. It's very nice. I do like this duck drawing. I'm really happy with how this has come out. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I don't draw deck chairs. Who draws deck chairs? It's such an unusual thing. It's so full of random bits of perspective and stuff as well, isn't it? Oh my god. There's a little weird dot here, which I'm just gonna rub out carefully. There we go. Okay, so not sure what happened here, but that is clearly wrong. So let me just find the layer that's part of. Right, it's this one. Oh, it's just me needing to rub this out, isn't it? Okay. There we go. And then you want this layer, which needs a bit more of both colours on it. Let's colour that in. And then add a section of brown. Fantastic. Okay, that looks cool. So I just need to do the back layer. Grab this colour. What layer is this on? It's this one. So you, and then paint you over all neatly. And this will look really nice. Yeah, there we go. That's better. That's much better. I'm really happy with that. I think that looks lovely. Listen, sometimes brute force fixes things. You have a 25-pound sledge. We call it up as. I see. Okay. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm really happy with my duck. It's very cute. It's nicely asleep. It's having a nice time with its cute little hat on the deck chair. And it has a lovely friend over here who can't swim and needs a rubber ring. I think I did a good job. I'm happy with this. So, it's been about 2 hours, so I think I'll say that this is the end for today. I'm going to keep working on these ducks because I said I want to sell them as stickers. I'm going to try doing the whole sticker business thing, see how it goes. So, I will see you all tomorrow, if you come back, and maybe not everyone, where we are... What are we doing? Oh yeah, we're building Lego Paris as a hand cam stream. That's going to be fun. I did Lego London before, so that'll be good. I'll see you then, everyone. Bye bye for now. I hope you have a nice morning, evening, or night, whatever your time zone is. And thank you for joining me to draw the little duckies. I hope you will draw ducks in as well. Draw along with me. Bye bye. Bye bye. I'm trying to wave at you. It's not working. Let me do this. Come on, hand. Yeah, there we go. Bye bye.